These are the 3 weird things that I personally did to change my dominant vibration, and when you apply them, they can work instantly. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you that of the 3 ways you can change what is called your dominant vibration instantly. First off, what's your dominant vibration? You might be asking yourself. Well, think about it like this. Your vibration is a direct reflection of how you think, how you feel, and how you act. Now, based on these 3 things, if you change how you think, feel, and act, you then change the reflection that you get. Thing is, we've been seeing ourselves in a certain way, we've been thinking in a similar way, feeling in a similar way, and doing the same things over and over and over again. Therefore, we've been getting the same results over and over again. But when we change these 3 components, and what I recommend is changing all 3 of them, because your identity, you see that? Identity controls all 3 of them. When you change that, it then changes your whole entire life. Your dominant vibration is part of your self-image that locks you into the reality you're experiencing, and that's why I wanted to make this video to show you those 3 reasons, the 3 ways, kind of weird to be honest with you, that you can shift your dominant vibration to the reality you really prefer. Now, the first one is going to be a little bit different than one that you've heard me share before, and you may have heard this story before though, and I really believe that transformation and changing your vibration can be as quick as this. It really is a choice that you can make, almost like raise your standard type thing, where you just choose from this moment on, I'm going to be this new way. And that's exactly what happened to me. You may have heard me tell this story before. I know it sounds a little repetitive, but I do daily videos on YouTube, so this is part of the game. But I used to work that 9-to-5 job I wasn't passionate about, and I was going to work every single day for months, years, when I knew I wanted to be sharing content, because this stuff I share on the channel is what I'm really passionate about. Now, what happened is I was doing that, asking myself the question, like, why am I not where I want to be? And I felt like I wasn't living my purpose. I felt like I saw myself as a lazy person. That was another thing too. I was using the law of attraction. I was thinking, oh, it's like I just have to think about it, think about it, think about it. Remember, we have think, feel, and act. Those are the 3, like the triad in a way. Well, I remember I was walking around my house, and I had this in a way, this almost like knowing and feeling, almost like my future self, the self in a year from now, reached back to me and said, Aaron, make daily videos, no matter what. And I remember getting that feeling. In a way, it felt like some type of like energetic download or something, kind of like in the movie The Matrix, when they go around and they're like, oh, I need to download how to do the super cool ninja kick, and they're like, gotcha, Neo, boom, and it's like that, you know what I mean? I was kind of like that. I was walking around my hallway, and I was like, what do I need to do to change my life a lot? And it was like, somehow my higher self was like, Aaron, you need the super cool ninja kick. I mean, wait, you need to make daily videos on YouTube and make that choice right now, because it'll change your life a lot. Boom, and I go like this, and then all of a sudden, I was like, oh my goodness, I understand now. That's what I need to do and be. So from that point on forward, what I do, I made daily videos on YouTube. Even though working that 9-to-5 job, 40 hours a week, I was very busy. However, over 3 or 4 weeks, a video started to go viral. I then just kept at it. I knew that it was adding value to people and that I really enjoyed it as well. And within 3 to 6 months, quit that job. And a year from then, I remember February 2018 was a year from that time that I had that download. I then realized that my whole life was completely transformed. Now, what was that? That was me communicating and talking to my future self. And you can do this in a meditation. Actually, one of the most powerful meditations I have is on connecting to your higher self. People have had profound experiences with that meditation. Check the, it's really you using your own energy to become aware, because everyone has a higher self, of that aspect of you. Most people are just blind to it because they're so ingrained into reaction mode. But I had this one person I met, her name was Nikki. She was really cool. I met her at Rhythmia, that place that I went in Costa Rica. And she went there based on my recommendation, and she told me, she goes, Aaron, I just want you to know that higher self meditation you had, I met my higher self, and she was a total badass. I was like, that's so cool. So this is what I'm going to go ahead and link it in the top description box below. It's on connecting to your higher self, and read the comments to see what is possible there as well. Now, the second weird way to go about changing your dominant vibration is that of this phrase right here. This is something that I use. This changed my energy when I was at that 9-to-5 job that I had. I realized at the 9-to-5 job that when I went in all serious, like, you know, I was selling women's shoes. I went all serious, like, I have a goal and I need to hit it, because it was a sales commission job. I had a very resistant type energy, and it was like serious, and people felt that, you know. What I realized is the days I had fun were the days that I did the best. I went in almost with less of a focus on the goal and more on just having fun with people, adding value and joking around, and those are the best days I had. So what I did is I started this trigger, you know, dominant vibration. Every time you catch yourself in an old pattern, if you continue to change it, if you continue to change it, if you continue to change it, eventually it changes your dominant vibration. So my trigger word, some of you may have heard me talk about it before, is called belly button. It makes no sense really. I mean, we all know what a belly button is. There's really no meaning other than it's just this random thing that we have, that our umbilical cord was when we were babies, and then from that point going forward, it's a scar that we have for life. Okay, and the thing is it's kind of like, to me, a pattern interrupt, because when you say the word belly button, it just is like, why'd you say that? You know what I mean? It's like, well, what does that mean? And what I used to do is I used to say the word belly button a lot, and there was a lot of people at my old job that also used to say it too, because it kind of caught on. And then we got told that we could never say belly button again at our old job, so I was repressed for years, because what happened is somebody did something dumb with it, and what they did is what I used to do is I used to say the word belly button in sentences with people, and no one would ever hear it because the brain doesn't pick it up, because it doesn't make sense of why they would hear it. So I used to always just say it just to see if I could get away with saying it. So I'd be talking in a conversation like this, and then sometimes belly button, people wouldn't even realize that I said that word because it just glosses right over. You see what I mean? So I used to do that, and it would lighten the mood, and it would make me feel really good. So that for me, even when I had like a negative thought pattern, right, a way of falling into the old patterns, I just say, like, you know, I'd say the word belly button. Or I would say, you guys ever see that Jersey Shore show and they go, oh yeah, like that? He's like, oh yeah, and they do like fist bumping and stuff. Back in the day, I used to go around like the back stock room, and I used to always say, oh yeah. I would just say it all the time, and it would change my state. And by doing that consistently, it broke me out of the old identity that was like trying to achieve goals, and that changed my dominant vibration for sure. Now you might be asking yourself, why were you suppressed from saying the word belly button? Well, what happened was this guy that I worked with, he, you know, was saying the word belly button as well. Well, what he did is someone else left their email up. What he did is he knew how to like code stuff. He goes in there, changes the signature and all the emails she sends out to customers to where it said her name, and then it said like women's shoes, and then under women's shoes it just said belly button. And what happened was it was like that for like a week or two, and she was sending emails to everyone, and in the bottom of it said belly button. And then what happened is she went up to like the store manager or the assistant manager to ask a question, and she was like checking emails. She goes, what, Jeannie, why, that was her name, why does it say belly button here? And she goes, huh? Why does it say belly button? And then they knew that it was one of us in the department, because she's like, they say that word all the time. So then we got called into the department, or to a meeting, and they said, if you ever say belly button again, and this is the thing, everyone thought it was probably me that did it. I didn't do it. I would have never done that. I just said the word a lot. So anyways, that's the story behind the belly button. We were suppressed from it, told if you ever say it again, it's immediate fire. So I said, okay, when I quit and I was doing what I love for a living, I was like, okay, I'm gonna say the word whenever I want. So now I say it whenever I want, okay? Now, the third weird thing I did to change my dominant vibration is actually something I did recently. I've been at a Tony Robbins conference, okay, for the last 6 days. I go back to Vegas today, which I'm very excited about, by the way. I've been away for 3 months, and it's been very fun. Also, that was part of my identity shift too. It was me change. I used to see myself as somebody that, like, underneath the surface, I love change. I'm a Sagittarius. Part of me though loves routine to have success. I love getting up every day, making my video, doing this, doing that, and having a certain routine, a place with my own energy field in it, you know. I'm not going to a new Airbnb every week. And I'm excited to go back. However, I realize that I also have a lot of certainty. I love certainty because certainty got me to success. You know, making a video every single day, having a certain way of going about it. However, what I'm realizing is that I need to step into uncertainty. I need to take a little more risks. I need to start doing live events, and I need to change the way that I see myself there. So I'm gonna start taking action from this more, I guess in a way like unsure safe, and start being that way. Now, one thing I did is at this event, what we did is become aware of these patterns we have, of these needs that we have. And I became aware that I have a strong focus on certainty, feeling certain. It's like, oh, there's all these restaurants we go to. We went to a really good restaurant last night. Why don't we just go back there? You know, sometimes I'm like that. And even though I'm an adventurer as well, so it's a weird thing with being a Sagittarius and having that, because it's like I want to, but it's like, well, I know that place could be delicious. And I want to shake that out of my identity because it kind of conflicts with a next level success for me. Because to be and to get to the next level, sometimes you got to do new things, not the same things you've always done. And now I'm getting out of just doing YouTube videos and start doing live events. I got to get into the new. So this means also giving. What I did is I gave my old version of me a new name. It's actually an exercise we did at the Tony Robbins conference. So I looked at the old version of myself, the version of me that was in like a cocoon, that was like, I'm safe, this feels very good. And I looked at that version of me and I gave him a name. And guess what name I gave him? Aaron. Aaron. It's okay, little Aaron. I know it seems scary to get out of the little cocoon you're in and to go do big boy stuff. It's okay. And see, as I exaggerate it right now, it looks kind of ridiculous, but that exaggeration helps me to see how ridiculous it is that I'm like, oh, that place we ate yesterday was so good and I don't want to go to a new place because I know that place is good. And exaggerate the old identity. That's an exercise we did at the Tony Robbins Date with Destiny thing. So I gave the old personality a name, and it was Aaron. And I know now that I can disassociate from that version of me, and I can just be, I'm very aware of it now, of the need for that version of me to have certainty. And even at the event, at Tony Robbins' event, there was someone that he was having an intervention with, and her other name was Pity Patty. Pity Patty. She said her old version of her would do that. And when you disassociate from it, you can then see it in a new way. So one thing Tony would do with people, I was studying Tony like a hawk. I was like looking at him as he was like intervention with people. He uses a lot of NLP, but what he does is he gets them to then realize that that's not the old version of them. What are you gonna do differently now that you are a new person? When you ask a question like that, it's like, oh yeah, I am. It gives you a presupposition or something, whatever that word is, that you are a new version of you. And then like, oh yeah, that old version of me, Pity Patty, that ain't me no more. And then I'm like, oh yeah, Aaron likes to go to the same restaurants 2 days in a row. That ain't me no more. And then the one that's like, oh, it's like really like that routine. Aaron, no, that ain't me no more. Well, part of it is I will still have morning routines and stuff, but this is about realizing and giving the old version of you a new name, and then it's kind of weird, but then it changes your dominant vibration. So change really is, I promise you, it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice. When I used to, it's a choice of meaning, I would say as well. When I used to have that 9-to-5 job, and then I decided, I'm gonna make videos every single day. This is who I am now. I'm going to be a YouTuber. Think, feel, and do as if I'm a YouTuber. And I did that. And here's the thing, every single day, no matter what, every single day, because what you do in one day and you do it every day, it compounds over time. You go to the gym 1 or 2 days in a row, doesn't really make a difference. You go to the gym every single day for 40 minutes, and over the course of a month or two, you're gonna be a different person. Do it every single day. Commit to that version of you. That's the message that I have for today. That's exactly what you can do. You can listen to that meditation on higher self. It's gonna help you to connect to your higher self, and you might have profound experiences. Be the top description box below. Other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.